Today's topic is the United States federal government. We're talking about the three branches of United States federal government. So let's go jump right in. We are on page 88 if you've been keeping up with your notebook. Otherwise, just take out a piece of paper. And we're going to start by titling our notes today, Federal Government. I used an abbreviation for government, GOV period, because I did not have enough space for the entire word of government. Okay, I want you to find the very top line, the very top space there, and the very middle of the page at the very top there. And I want you to write the word executive. And then I want you to count down about 5 spaces from executive and go over to the right on that line and write the word legislative. Next, I want you to go to the very next line underneath legislative, but this time go over to the left side of the page and put the word judicial. These are the 3 branches of our federal government. Okay, so under executive, this is where we have the president. And currently, our president is Donald Trump. And the executive branch is responsible for enforcing the laws. And by enforce, I mean they carry out the laws. The legislative branch is referred to as Congress, and our Congress has 2 parts. So in parentheses, I want you to put 2 parts there. The first one is the Senate, and hopefully you remember from when we studied ancient Rome that we got the idea to have a Senate from ancient Rome. And the second part of our Congress is called the House of Representatives. The legislative branch, they make the laws. These are the lawmakers. Then we have the judicial branch, and this is where we find the Supreme Court and judges. And the judicial branch is responsible for interpreting the laws, so understanding the laws, interpreting the laws. I want you to grab a green color of any kind of colored pencil, a marker, a pen, something green if you can, because we're going to put green clouds around the 3 branches here. Then I want you to grab a brown, if you have a brown colored pencil or pen or marker or anything will work. And I want you to draw a straight line down from executive. Not too thick and not too thin either, kind of the start of our tree here. Then I want you to make a branch for the legislative side and a branch for the judicial side. And then I'm going to go back to my green again, and I'm going to turn that into my tree. If you have a colored pencil, you can add in some color like I did. But notice that I didn't color on top of my handwriting. Next, I need you to grab a colored pen, and this can be any color you want, something that we haven't used, because this part's really important to help you, hopefully help you remember this. I want you to circle the E in the executive branch, and then I want you to circle the E under enforce, because the executive branch enforces the laws, so E and E. Next, I want you to circle the L with the legislative branch and the L with lawmakers, because I want you to remember L and L. Legislator, our legislator is our lawmaker. And then there's really nothing for the judicial branch to circle. You just have to remember that the judicial branch, they interpret the laws. Okay. Down below, I want you to put that the 3 branches check on one another and balance each other out. This is that idea from the Romans, the idea of checks and balances, where no one branch is more powerful than the other. I want you to underline checks and balances here. Right here, I underlined checks and balances. And you might want to look back to page 58 and 59 in your notebook. Let's go ahead and look back really quick. 58 and 59 is where we did our notes comparing our government with what they had in ancient Rome, and that whole idea of the system of checks and balances that can be seen in both government forms. Okay, that's pretty important. You might want to put a box around it. Over here now on the right side of our tree, underneath our tree, I want you to put the word by. The word by means two, just like a bicycle has two wheels, two tires, right? Bicycle, two, by. Then I want you to write camera. Camera means chamber or house. Chamber or house. We are talking about, right up here, this legislative branch. And there's a very important vocabulary term you need to know, and that is bicameral legislature, meaning that our legislature has two houses, two chambers. Bicameral meaning two houses. That is how you would describe our legislature. It's bicameral. So I want you to grab a pencil and draw two squares, and notice that I have some space above and some space below. These are about 2 spaces tall. Add a roof, add some details to make it look like a house. And over here on the first one, I want you to label this House of Representatives. And this one is the Senate. And these are the two houses, the two chambers that make up our Congress or our legislature. And the House of Representatives, the way we determine who gets to be in the House of Representatives, or how many people are in the House of Representatives, is based on the population of the state. So it's going to be a different number for each state. So don't forget that little arrow there. And then the Senate has a fixed number. So there are 2 senators from each state. So if there's 50 states, that means we have 100 total senators in the United States. Next, I want you to draw an arrow here, right here. This is just from our legislative part over here, showing you that all these notes down here belong with the legislative branch. And that is our notes for today. Thanks so much for watching.